Are you looking for the best microphone for your YouTube videos? If you are, you're definitely in the right place. Today, I'm going to compare the world-renowned Shure SM7B with the world-famous filmmaker microphone, the Sennheiser MKE600. If you want to know why I have the green and red tape on the Sennheiser mic, you're going to have to stay until the end of the video to find out. Hey, fellow content creators, I'm Turbo, and welcome to Video Content Creation. If this is your first time here, welcome. We appreciate you. So please subscribe and click the notification bell because it really helps our channel to grow and gives me incentive to do more of these videos. And if you're a returning viewer and you haven't subscribed or asked to be notified of our new videos, then I'll just wait here for you to do that. Okay, you did that? Great. And my biggest thanks goes out to you too. Special thanks to my newest subscribers, Jim Lover, seems kind of like a made-up name to me, and Valiant K. But let's get to the good stuff, shall we? One of the absolute most important things you can do with your videos is update your audio to pro levels. Let's face it, listening to a smooth, noise-free voice is absolutely mesmerizing and more interesting. Plus, it helps to hold your attention longer. The worst thing ever is a harsh echo or a nasty high volume, and even worse is a super low volume, not to even mention distortion. Ugh, I hate distortion. So the two mics that you see here in front of me are the Shure SM7B and the Sennheiser MKE600. And the Shure is designed for that smooth radio broadcast sound, and the other one, the Sennheiser MKE600, is made to be a shotgun mic or a camera top mic, as some people know them. Some people call them boom mics, but that's actually not the correct name for them. A boom mic is a completely separate microphone. And the difference between these two will become very obvious very fast in this video. So watch to the very end so you can see what one can do that the other one can't. And after that, you'll be able to make a more educated decision as to which one better suits your needs. I'm also going to include some brief information on the items that you will likely need to make each mic perform as it should. Are these mics overkill for YouTube? Yup, probably. But I have an end game in mind and wanted to make sure that my microphones were long-lasting microphones. And if you're like me, you're probably in the same situation. Or you've already had some of that cheap junk that you hate, and I promise with these mics you won't be disappointed with either one of them for their respective duties. Now, each time I switch mics, I will put it on the screen so you know which one you're listening to. Up until now, you've been listening to both mics simultaneously. Now, both mics have been matched for volume, and as close as I could get them audibly, I'm partially deaf, so as close as I could get them audibly to sound similar to each other. And the reason that I matched them is simply to make the comparison fair and unbiased, because I see a lot of other comparisons where they're just unplugging this and that. But if we compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges, I think that you'll find that each of these microphones can perform equally well. And one of them, again, can do something that the other one can't. So I've owned both of these microphones for over 5 years, and I love them both. But I actually use them completely differently. And I'll leave the links for everything I talk about in this video in the description below for you to look at for yourself. So let's start with the Shure SM7B. We can start by getting all the techie stuff out of the way for all you audio nerds. The specs for the Shure SM7B come directly from their spec sheet, which I personally care very little about because I go for sound, not specs. But here they are. I'm going to put them on the screen now so that you can pause and have a closer look. This is the specification sheet. And this is the polar pattern and frequency response. The Shure SM7B is a dynamic microphone and is a little bit power hungry in that it lacks sensitivity and requires a higher gain. And with higher gain settings come higher noise levels. So I have opted for a 28 dB gain by using the SE Dynamite. And I'm using that gain on the Rodecaster Pro, and the gain is set to a very respectable 19 dB with my slider volume at exactly half, bringing me to a total of about negative 12 dB in my peaks. And now you're listening to the Sennheiser MKE600, and here is the spec sheet provided by Sennheiser for the MKE600. And I was not able to find a polar pattern image or frequency response graph. However, it is in the spec sheet that's on the screen now. Now, the Sennheiser MKE600 is a super cardioid pattern microphone, and that means it's a little more forgiving for side-to-side movement around the microphone. Although the gain settings are slightly higher on this shotgun mic at a still reasonable 29 dB, it's not outrageous and doesn't make the mic noisy. This level also brings me to about negative 12 dB to match the Shure mic. Now, the MKE600 can be used either with 48 volt phantom power or a 1.5 volt AA battery. And you'll notice that I'm using this mic on a Rycote style mount that is part of the Rode Blimp system. And I use this system because I also film a lot of outdoor and scuba videos, and I need it to cut the wind noise. And I'm going to include a link to it in the description, as well for you to have a closer look at it. But believe me, it's a huge game changer, but it's really big and a little bit on the heavy side. I once used it for a panel talk with Joe Carter and Adidas, and to be honest, it performed flawless, being the only mic on the stage with about 10 people on the stage and a huge audience behind me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read the same sentence twice and switch between mics for you to try to distinguish a difference and choose which mic sounds better to you, because that's ultimately the goal, is which one sounds better to you. I am so glad I found video content creation and subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell, because I don't want to miss any of the newest video content creation releases. I am so glad I found video content creation and subscribed to the channel and clicked the notification bell, because I don't want to miss any of the newest video content creation releases. Now, let's do a little proximity test. So this is the Shure SM7B, and we're going to do a side-to-side sound rejection test. And as you can see, I'm moving side to side on the microphone, and the audio may be changing or getting quieter very quickly as I move side to side. Actually, that was the Sennheiser mic. I'll put that on the screen for you. And let's try it now with the Shure SM7B. This is a proximity test, and I'm moving side to test the sound rejection. As you can see, as I move side to side on the microphone, the audio may be changing for you, getting quieter very quickly as I move side to side. As with many mics, the proximity of my mouth to the mic can really add depth and warmth. As with many mics, the proximity of my mouth to the mic can really add depth and warmth. Now I want to show you something that the Sennheiser can do that the Shure can't do. And you'll notice that I have no mic in the frame. And that's because I can also use it as a boom mic. Although it's not a boom mic, it can be used something like a boom mic. just out of frame. It's actually right here. I left the tip in the frame so that those of you who are really astute would notice. And this is great if you'd like to talk with your hands while you're in a stationary video, or if you just like a cleaner look. You need to move around a lot in your videos, then I would recommend a lavalier mic, or lapel mic as they're sometimes called. And really that's a whole different discussion for an entirely different video. And if you click the notification bell, you'll know when I post it. Hint, hint. So in closing, who is the Shure SM7B for? Well, in my opinion, it's for anybody who wants a top quality, high-end, and almost indestructible mic that can last you a lifetime when cared for properly. Its users will most likely be broadcasters, streamers, podcasters, studio voiceover actors, and even those who like the high-end look of a quality desktop-mounted microphone. The Sennheiser MKE600 is for anybody who wants top-quality audio that has a very natural sound and does any of the things previously mentioned for the lovers of the SM7B, but wants the versatility of being able to use this as a camera-mounted microphone or boom it into a set on a stand. Now, both are fantastic. And I can't actually choose just one. I personally need both. Which one did you like the best? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and by the way, the green and red tape are just simply to make the diameter larger so that it will fit in my isolator on my desktop mic stand. I'm just too cheap to buy the right one. Anyway, thanks for staying till the end because I really do appreciate you. See you next time. Turbo lags now.